Hello my dear friends, today I am going to start the rest of the lesson number 1 of grade 10 science, and this is the part of lipids, and I am going straight to the our lesson. Okay. Now today we are going to talk about lipids, and there are about 5 categories belongs to lipids. Lipids can divide into major 5 categories, main 5 categories known as fats, oils, waxes, phospholipids and steroids. These categories are fats, oils, waxes, phospholipids and steroids. Okay, please do not worry about these things. Okay, this part, do not worry about these three categories. We don't have much things about those one, but you have the purposes and significations of these lipid categories, but you do not have to go in deep in these 3 categories. Okay, this is just brief summarization about these lipids, and the main thing is in here is fats and lipids. Okay, the main 2 categories that you have to learn and you have to get in your mind is fats and oils. Okay, fats and oils. Okay, now fats and oils are the major 2 categories of lipids, and fats and oils, how can it be made? Glycerol and fatty acid. Okay, glycerol and fatty acid, glycerol plus fatty acid can make fats and oils. Okay, glycerol and fatty acid can make fats and oils. And in here, how can we differentiate these 2 as fats and oils? Fats are the things in solid state at room temperature, and oils are liquids in room temperature. Okay, fats are the things in solid state in room temperature, and oils are the things in liquid state in room temperature. Okay, and in here there is the most important thing in here. Okay, glycerol and fatty acid can make fats and oils. Okay, but how would you differentiate these 2 categories? Fatty acid again can divide into 2 categories. Fatty acid can divide into 2 categories as saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, fatty acid can divide into 2 major categories as saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acids. Okay, and this one is a structure of glycerol. Okay, it has 3 carbon atoms and 3 OH groups linked with those carbons. And when we are talking about fatty acid, this one is equals to fatty acid. Okay, and this is the structure of glycerol, and this is the structure of fatty acid. And how can we divide this fatty acid into saturated or unsaturated? How can we divide this one as saturated or unsaturated? Okay, saturated fatty acid means, actually this one is a saturated fatty acid. How can we identify that one? Saturated fatty acid has only just a single bonds. Okay? Only single bonds. And unsaturated fatty acids contain 1 or more double bonds in its carbon chain. Okay? Saturated fatty acids only contain single carbon bonds in its carbon chain, and unsaturated fatty acids contain 1 or more double bonds in its carbon chain. Carbon in here, I have to remember the very important thing in here. When we are talking about bonds and valency, carbon can only link with the valency of carbon is equals to 4. Therefore, carbon can make only 4 bonds. Okay, carbon can make only 4 bonds. That means carbon can link only with 4 other atoms. Okay, in here, this is saturated form. Okay, this is saturated form. In here, every carbon in this carbon chain is fulfilled with its bond with another atom. Okay? Consider this one. Consider this carbon. It has 4 bonds like this one, and this one, and this one. Okay? These 2 bonds link with these 2 carbons, and these 2 bonds link with these 2 hydrogens. Okay? Therefore, in here, every carbon atom link with 4 other atoms. It can be carbon or hydrogen. Whether it is carbon or hydrogen. However, every carbon atom in this chain link with any other 4 atoms of its surrounding. And when we considering about this unsaturated carbon, unsaturated fatty acid, in here there should be at least 1 or more double bonds in its carbon chain. That means I'll show that one. In here, carbon, the main thing is carbon only can share or can bond with 4 other atoms. That means carbon can link with only 4 other atoms. Okay? Therefore, in here, if there is a double bond, in here, then okay, now right now consider this carbon atom. In here there is only 1 double bond in here and other 2 bonds. These are other 2 bonds. Okay, when we consider about this double bond and this carbon and this one has only 2 bonds with other atoms, and this one also has only 2 bonds with other atoms. What about the rest? The rest is in here. Okay, the rest is in here. Carbon, the valency is complete. Okay, if you considering about this carbon, 1, 2, and double bonds. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 bonds it can make. Okay, only it can make just 4 bonds. Okay, and in here also 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. In here, 2 bonds in one place. 2 bonds in one place. That means we call it as a double bond. Okay, and if there is 1 or more double bonds in here, 1 or more double bonds in here. Okay, then one double bond, and this is the second one. This is the first double bond and this is the second one. Okay, this is now this is unsaturated. Okay, now it is unsaturated carbon chain. Okay, like that. The glycerol is same. Okay, glycerol is same, and it can join with this fatty acid. Right, the fatty acid can be in saturated form or unsaturated form. When it is a saturated form, glycerol with glycerol with saturated fatty acid can make fats. Okay, I got it in red color, the both words. Fats are saturated. That means fats are contained with saturated carbon chain, and oils are unsaturated. That means glycerol can join with fatty acids which are unsaturated, okay, which has unsaturated carbon chain, and glycerol with unsaturated fatty acids can make oils. That means oils are remaining liquid form at the normal room temperature. Okay, and fats are remaining in solid form or semi-solid form in room temperature. Okay, therefore this is the equation: glycerol plus fatty acid are equals to fats or oil. Okay, fats or oil. If glycerol join with saturated fatty acid, make fats. If glycerol link with unsaturated fatty acid, it can make oils. Okay. Now this is the structure of this glycerol, and this is the structure of fatty acid. Okay. If saturated fatty acid, it can contain only single carbon bonds. If there is unsaturated fatty acid, then it can contain one or more double bonds in its chain. Okay. Now there is another thing in here. When joining these two, okay, two together, we call it triglyceride. Okay, we call it triglyceride. Okay, right. As I told before, glycerol and fatty acid together can make fats or oil. Okay, it based on the saturated or unsaturated situation of this fatty acid. Okay, if there is saturated fatty acid, liquid glycerol, it can make fats, and if there is a unsaturated carbon chain in the fatty acid, then it can make oils. However, we call these fats and oils as triglycerides also. Okay, there's some contents I learned in here did not include to your school textbook, but I do not go in deep in this subject, but it is better to know about these words and the surrounding of these fields for you. Okay, it's better to know these words in here. Okay, that's why I learned these words, but these ones are not included in your school textbook. Okay, right. Okay, now then we can go to the other part, and the thing is these lipids cannot dissolve in water. Okay? These lipids cannot dissolve in water. It can only dissolve in some of the form of alcohols and chloroform, ethanol, like those things. Okay, it cannot dissolve in water. Right. Now we can go to the significations of these lipids. In this part, uh, you will learn some things, okay? Not the whole things, you will learn some things about these three categories. When we are talking about the significance of these lipids, it's waxes and phospholipids and steroids play a very important role in there. Right. Now we can go to that part. Right. Now I'm going to discuss about the significations of lipids, and there are 6 significations of lipids on your books, and I got those 6 significations as like this. And the first one is as an energy source. Lipids is an energy source like carbohydrates and proteins, and the other thing is lipids also contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen and its main constituents, but the ratio of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen is very higher than carbohydrates, and therefore the burning of lipids can make more energy. Okay, therefore it can use as an energy source. Right. The second one is form of structural components. Form of structural components. Now in here, the category of phospholipid. I told you before. The phospholipid is some category of lipids like fats and oils. Phospholipid is a category of lipids. Is a category, and the phospholipid category is used to make the plasma membrane. The phospholipid category is used to make the plasma membrane of animal cells. Okay, therefore it is very important. Is very important signification of lipids. Okay, right. The third one is conservation of water. In here, there is another category is using in here of lipids. It is wax. Okay, waxes are the another category of lipids, and waxes can conserve water. Okay, it is not limited in animal only for animals or plants. Both categories it can use to conserve water. Okay, in animals, okay, when we are considering about animals, when like birds, feathers covered with waxes. Feathers covers with waxes. Therefore, the feathers of birds can repel water. Okay, therefore it is useful to flying in rainy days. Okay, therefore it is useful to its life circle. Okay, to protect from water. Okay, because these waxes are repelling water molecules. And when we are considering about plants, some leaf surfaces of plants contain waxes. Therefore, it repels water. Therefore, it cannot stay water on that leaf surfaces, and therefore those plants can protect from get overdosing water. Okay. The other thing is the name of this wax in plants is cutin. Okay, it's cutin. And the other thing is to maintain body temperature. How lipids can maintain body temperature? Okay. Like warm-blooded animals, Okay, birds and mammals. Okay? We all are mammals, and birds and mammals like warm-blooded animals can use uh, uh, hypodermal fat layer. Hypodermal fat layer means a fat layer which is staying inside the skin. Inside the skin. If this is skin, then this is the fat layer. Okay? This is fat layer, and this is the skin. Okay? We call these type of fat layers are hypodermal fat layers. Okay? These hypodermal fat layers clearly can say in whales. Okay? Whales and dolphins has this type of hypodermal fat layers in their skins, under the skin. Okay? Therefore, it can maintain its body temperature. They can maintain their body temperature using this fat layer. Okay. The other thing is to protect internal body organs. To protect internal body organs. There is also a fat layer in surroundings of some body organs. Fat layer surrounds the organ, protect from external shocks. Okay. In here, the fat layer can absorb the external shock. Okay, when there is an external shock to our body, then those fat layers surround the our organs, which is surround the our organs, can absorb that shock and can protect that organ from the shock. Okay, and the last one is to synthesize some hormones. To synthesize some hormones like testosterone and cortisone, the hormones which are in vertebrates. Okay, therefore these are the 6 type of significations, the main significations. These 6 significations are the main significations which you can see in lipids. Okay, now there is a little very small simple activity that you can use to identify lipids on your book. Okay, right. Okay, now this is the test for lipids, and this is very simple test that you can do at your labs, school lab. And Sudan, we call it Sudan 3 test. Sudan 3 is some kind of reagent that you can found at your lab. And at first, as a first step, you have to get gingerly oil or coconut oil into test tube, and then as a second step, you have to add a little amount of Sudan 3 reagent into that test tube. Okay, and then after that you will have a clear observation of red fat globules. Okay, after that you will have a clear observation of red fat globules. Okay, and then therefore by seeing these red fat globules, you can conclude coconut oil contains lipids. Okay, this is a very simple test that you can do at your school lab, and that's only for lipids. Okay, then I'll come with nucleic acid on my next video. Okay, thank you.